Hi there. So I'm going to make a really quick Victoria sandwich for their afternoon tea this afternoon, for the VE day afternoon tea. I'm going to make individual ones and they're going to come out looking like this. So really simple recipe. It's going to make six of them. So I've got my muffin tray with muffin moulds already in there, and I've got my oven set to 180 degrees centigrade. Really simple recipe. Literally you weigh it out, chuck it in a bowl and then whisk it, and then put it in the moulds and cook it. So it's very simple. It's 4 ounces of unsalted butter, 4 ounces of caster sugar, 4 ounces of self-raising flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and 2 eggs, and that's it. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to sift the flour, make sure it's nice and sifted. So I've got my paper on the board and I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to get a little bit of height just so it really separates those grains out. It does make a difference if you hold it up higher and the air can get through the grains. It does help separate them out, makes it nice and light. That's your flour sifted. I've got a little mixing jar here. So I've got my butter, it's at room temperature, nice and soft. I'm just going to chop that up, just put it in. Okay, just like so. And then I'm going to put my sugar in, my 4 ounces of sugar, my 2 eggs, use that bowl. There it goes. My half a teaspoon of baking powder. Then I'm going to lift up my flour, shoot that straight in to the mix, just like so. I've got a really short lead on my hand whisk, so it only comes about here. So I'm just going to move over here slightly, and then I'm just going to whisk it until it forms into a nice sponge batter mix. And that is that. So I'm going to grab over my muffin tin and grab another spoon out of the drawer. I'm going to separate this mix between the 6 moulds. You can see that they're nice and smooth, nice light colour. I'm just going to quickly spoon that in. So 1 spoon in each one to start with, and then I can go around again afterwards. Make sure you've made the right amount in the first instance. Nothing more frustrating than you make a mix up and you want to make 6 and you only end up making 5 or 4 because you've been a bit too generous. So that's about 1.5 spoons. I reckon that'll work out. Reminds me of cooking with my nan on Saturday when we used to run the village stores in Woldingham. I used to bake with my nan and take the cakes into the shop, and the customers used to come in at 11 o'clock in the morning and we finished baking and come and have freshly made fairy cakes and things like that. So it's quite a nice thing to do. Brings back some nice memories. And then obviously the best bit was licking the bowl out when you were younger, innit, as well. So okay. There we go. So I'm just going to push these down just a little bit. Just hold the side of them, make sure it's the same amount in each one. There we go. And like I say, it's going to go in the oven for about 20 minutes or so. Thereabouts. We'll check them. It might need a little bit longer depending on your oven. And we just put a knife in the middle or a skewer, and then when we pull it out, it should be clean. So I'm going to put these in the oven and set a timer. They're going to go in there. So just fast forward a little bit. So we've finished them, we've taken them out, and they look like this, and they're nice and cold. Okay, so we're just going to finish these off, making them into a little Victoria sponge. So just unwrap it. Okay, you can serve them in that if you want to. Just have them as sponges. Pipe a bit of icing on top of it if you wanted to. So I'm just going to slice this right down the middle, like so. Spread it open. I've got a little jam pot to get into it, and I'm just going to spread a little bit of jam over the base, the bottom half of there. So it's just a strawberry jam. There we go. And then I've got some cream that I've whipped up in here, just some double cream. We could make a butter icing if you wanted to. I'm just going to put that on the top half of it, so it's not pushing down onto there at the moment. The rest of that cream I'm going to use in my eclairs and profiteroles as well when I fill those later on. Okay, then you pop that on the top of it, like so, and then to give it its nice Victoria sandwich look, just a little bit of icing sugar over the top, like so, and there you've got a little individual Victoria sandwich for your afternoon tea. And it really doesn't take long at all. Start to finish, you could have them done in an hour. So if you haven't managed to get to the shops or anything to get some cake, it's a nice easy one to do. Okay, hope it's useful, and I'll see you next time.